Hello, cocks and pussies! Welcome to Single Review. Today's review is part of another classic game series called Megaman X. And hopefully in this review I won't regurgitate what Egoraptor just said. In fact, eat out your asshole, Egoraptor. I got that wrong. Eat out her heart tank. See, I know my Mega Man. Did you know? Mega Dude is Astro Child actually, but that's just a theory, specifically of the gaming variety. Yeah, most people I know want me dead too, so if you desire bad things upon me, live in comfort, that's one of them. This is arguably the best out of the series, and I can contest for that. See, Mega Man before was a fun challenge. Each edition brought something new, well, at least lately. Capcom made one each year like Infinity Ward does now. Except, you know, Mega Man is good and has care put into it. But eventually it just got old. Not boring, just a little repetitive. It needed something new, something fresh. No, not just Mega Man in space, and no, not releasing Mega Man in HD. BAM! ZAM! Mega Man! X. You already made that joke. Totally innovative. Colorful and astonishing backgrounds, characters, and enemies. It has aged wonderfully. Tight controls, amazing gameplay, which by the way, easy to understand right from the get-go. One move they added to the game that makes it exponentially better is the wall jump. Just head that to all gas, man, please. Whoa, look at this guy. Look at this guy. What? Hey. Hey, look at this guy. Run! The bosses are cool, but like the old Mega Man, they still have cheesy names. Like Launch Octopus or Chill Penguin Spark Man Drill. He's neither a man nor a drill, more like an ape. Armored Armadillo is okay, but it reminds me of the first boss in Donkey Kong 64, Army-Dillo, an armadillo who is armored. Sting Chameleon. Fine, yeah, the names suck, but that's like crying over spilt milk. Although that's sad, I have cried over spilt milk. It's like crying over a dead loved one. You know, something minuscule. Such a small problem, it'd be more useful not even mentioning it. I think one of my favorite things in this game is how you can choose the way you want to approach it. Do you want to have an easy linear challenge? Do the suggested order. Mow down each boss with the last boss's weapon. And if you want to go that route, I'll tell you right now. The first stage you should choose is Chill Penguin. He is the easiest and his stage is the easiest. After that, go to Spark Mandrill stage. Use Chill Penguin's weapon against him, of course. Then Armored Armadillo, Launch Octopus, Boomer Quanger, Sting Chameleon, Storm Eagle, Flame Mammoth, and then on to the Sigma stages. Honestly, I think the stages are more difficult than the bosses in this route. Or switch it up. Pick the route where you want to gouge out your own eyeballs with a spoon. In layman's terms, that means picking randomly. Just don't kill your family when the levels kick your ass. Or if you want to pick the hardest way to go through the game, only use the Buster. Although, I will tell you, it will make you hate every race and yell every racial slur in the book. I made it pretty far, until the spider. Then I just rage quit. A superb thing in this game is small, but it shows the care and attention to detail Capcom used to have. After you beat a certain stage, another stage changes. An example I'll be using is Spark Mandrills. If you start on this level, you'll see the gimmick is that electricity runs through these pipes in most of the level, and even some of the enemies. Like I said before, after you finish a certain level and come back, presumably for the heart and sub-tanks, everything is broken, all electricity is gone, even the mini boss's power to zap you. Which is kinda sad actually. It's kinda like a rattlesnake without venom, or Keemstar without drama. Another stage that changes based on what you beat is Flame Mammoths. See, most players do the easy route, where you start in Chill Penguin then finish on Flame Mammoth. And when you finish on the stage, well, it's easy, child's play. But if you begin on the stage, everything is treacherous. Lava, fire, flames everywhere. You say to yourself, what is this, Mexico?
You're not funny!
It's just that polish and care you rarely see today. This is the part where I take a stab at Infinity Ward again. They suck ass and are cash cows afraid of changing the formula even just a little. Terrible campaign, but monotonous multiplayer. Don't buy from them until they learn how to make an engaging and new game. Sorry, I had that in me for years and I had to unleash it out on someone. Sorry that it's you. Let's just go back to me glorifying Mega Man. I briefly mentioned how the bosses have a weakness. Did you know? Okay, enough with that gag. Some bosses have two weaknesses, and Launch Octopus is one. You usually use Armored Armadillo's Shield Blast, but if you beat Boomer Quanger and can get his boomerang and use it against this octopus piece of shit. It cuts off his arms, he can't use his homing missiles on you. Now I can go on about how the system is just brilliant game design, but to avoid this being longer than it has to be, let's get on to what I don't like about this game. You might ask, what about this game you don't like? Well, fuck respawning enemies. Oh, it adds extra difficulty and adds tension and adds— shut up, you respected civilian, I love you. It's irritating, it's tedious, and brings my piss to a boil. It stops you in your track, pausing the game and to focus ahead. It's like Sonic, you're running, having a good time, then fuck this game! It's like you're having all green lights and then it turns red. You try to avoid an enemy in front of you by stepping back, then you get fucking hit by the enemy in back. Another thing I think they should have expanded on was the Pacific Rim murder machines, seen in Chill Penguin and Sting Chameleon stage. They're fucking awesome. They're annihilators. Don't like dragonflies? Bunch. Don't like whatever these things are? Bunch. Don't like other guys in Pacific Rim murder machines? Bunch. Wife being a bitch? Go out and cool off cause violence is bad. The problem I have with it is it's too short. You might say it's supposed to be bittersweet. If you had to suit through the entire level it'd be too easy. Plus you're so handsome. I don't care you had a shitbag. Well yes, but what I mean is why not have it used during a boss fight? Equal out the suit so it's not OP. Just imagine the insanity, it would be so cool. But Capcom didn't do it, so alright for me. Besides that, this game's pristine, sometimes a tidbit repetitive, but great overall. So to conclude, I recommend this game highly, and give it a 9 out of 10. Goodbye, and Hitler did nothing wrong.